Okay, welcome to Halifax. So I thought I'd start off this video just by looking over the parts that you're going to put in play for sending a blood spot collection kit to a participant for the Seroprevalence project. So first off, you've got the database running on a computer. Then you also have the barcode scanner right here. Also, blood spot cards. So you'll see that these blood spot cards are held in this cardboard sleeve. On the cardboard sleeve, it also has the COVID study IDs that are present in the sleeve. And the COVID study IDs are kept in sequential order. That's why you've got all the elastic bands around them. You can see that you have the COVID, let's focus, there you go. So you've got the COVID study ID on the dried blood spot card, as well as a specimen ID. So two IDs are on this card, and both of them get scanned into the database. Okay, in addition to the blood spot cards, we also have these kits. So the kits consist of two zip bags. Inside the larger zip bag, you've got the pamphlet, you've got the lancets, alcohol swabs, Band-Aids, and then also gauze, as well as a postage paid return envelope right here. And then there's also a smaller bag inside. This is where the blood spot card is going to go once you've scanned it into the database. So currently inside the small zip top bag is a desiccant and also humidity card. And so eventually, once you've scanned everything in, you're going to slide the blood spot card in here and then zip it up and then put it into the kit. Okay, and then you'll also need an envelope. So these aren't the best envelopes. They're kind of, you'll see, they're a bit crowded with everything that has to go in them. And also, they're not particularly strong paste as well. So what we also do is use tape to secure the envelopes once everything's inside. Because you get the cover letter in there, and you've got the kit inside. And yeah, tape definitely helps. And then finally, we have a $1.94 stamp that's going to go on the outside of the envelope. And then likely, I guess, you'll also have the Manitoba return address label that you'll put on the envelope before it gets mailed, which is great. And I guess the final element that we have here is the cover letter. So this is like my test cover letter that I'll be using to scan in the database. And to go over what the process is like. Cool. So you can see we've got this is the COVID study ID that's in the barcode. That's going to be scanned into the database. Okay, so let's go for scanning this in. Okay, so putting a kit together to send out participants, that starts with the database here. So you select your username and then enter your passcode, and then log into the database. Okay, so to send a shipment out, you click on this button up here, and that unlocks these fields. So you have the letter barcode, the specimen barcode, and then the study ID. This barcode is on the letter, obviously, and then you have the specimen ID and then the COVID study ID that are on the blood spot card. Okay, so it starts off with our letter here. So this is the cover letter I've prepared for. We scan the barcode in. And then next is the specimen barcode. So that's this one. That's from the manufacturer of the blood spot cards. So scan that one next. And finally, we have the COVID study ID, which is affixed on the back of the blood spot card. So we'll scan that in. Cool. You can also see that the barcode scanners that I sent you, it has a tab programmed in after you scan a barcode. So that's really helpful when you're using a database like this because it advances between the fields after you scan a barcode. Now, I should perhaps tell you that this database, it makes sure that the letter barcode matches up with the COVID study ID that's on the blood spot card. So make sure that these are aligned, and then you're certain that the right blood spot card is going to the right participant. So that's the first purpose of this database. It checks to make sure the letter barcode is equal to the study ID. And then second off, what it does is it checks the formats of all of these barcodes. So it won't let you scan a specimen barcode into one of those study ID fields. And then I guess the third function is that it won't allow a duplicate. So you can't scan the same COVID study ID into another line of this database. Cool. So once we have this scanned in, then we want to prepare the kit to go. So we take our blood spot card, and it is going to be slid into the small bag in the kit. So there we go, we slide it into the kit. We make sure that the zip is secure. And so now that blood spot card is in with the desiccant and the humidity card. And we'll slide it back into the larger bag. Now, what you should do is put this into the envelope. So the kit goes on the envelope first. Ugh. It is a tight fit. And tap it down a few times. That makes sure that the lancets are down at the bottom, because it can be hard to seal the envelope well if those lancets are at the top. They're the thickest part of this package. Now, the second thing is putting the cover letter in here. Now, Donna was talking about this, so you can see it's got some wear and tear on it now. This is the piece of hardboard that Donna was talking about that allows you to fold the letter in the right place. Because now the issue is making sure that this address is nicely lined up with the window of the envelope. So what you can do, just to start off with, is you can fold the letter over and make sure that it looks like this bottom line. So when the cover letter is inserted into the envelope, that this address and participant name is going to be nicely lined up with the window. Then the second part is to go up to the top of the envelope and fold it over there. So then the cover letter folded will be the width of your envelope, and so then the address can't really move up and down. It has to be within that window. So let's see how I do here. I'm gonna slide it in. Okay. Now, you can look the envelope. We have a sponge that we put in water, and that kind of wets the envelope. I'm going to push it down. Now, we find that these don't really hold very well. So you're going to want to put some tape on the back of the envelope, like this. This adds some more security just to make sure it doesn't open while it's in the mail. Like so. Okay. And then you would affix the stamp on the corner. So, so that's the procedure. We scanned in the barcode on the cover letter. We scanned in both barcodes that were on the dry blood spot card. That's the COVID study ID and then also the specimen ID. And it's now in the database.